What's up, my Reapers? Reaperplanks Game 101 here. Welcome back to another episode of Reaperplanks Survives. This is episode 39, and in the previous episode, we built up the shopping district, which is just through here. Boy, oh boy, does it look amazing. It's one of my favorite districts we've done. And of course, I have some plans for this episode. So what are we going to be doing in this episode? Well, I've done a little bit of work off camera, which was supposed to be on camera, but I've tried to record this video so many times that it has become work off camera. This is what I've done. I've prepped the area. It looks like one giant mess. I know. I am very much aware. I'm gonna go into my free cam. This is what the area we're gonna be working with looks like. A giant mess. And I added more onto the docks because of course I did, because this is a never-ending project. So yeah. So I've had trouble recording this episode because at first I tried to rush it. I barely have time for YouTube, and I've also started my new job, so, you know. But for everybody worrying about me not being able to do YouTube anymore, don't worry. I am now part of the YouTube partnership program, which means I make money off of YouTube now. Thank you all so much for that. My girlfriend, believe it or not, is very supportive of me doing YouTube and has actively been encouraging me. I was literally sick one day and took off of work, and she told me that I should take that day to work on videos and get caught up on things. I'm very much in a good place right now. I'm the happiest I've ever been, so do not worry about me at all. Videos are going to be a little bit slower, but that doesn't mean that I'm not still hyper active with my community and not listening to you all. I try to respond to every single comment. But yes, we're gonna go ahead and get started with this. Sorry for that little yap session. For those of you who are just watching this as a series or like in the playlist, are probably just like, the is he on about? But you know, I'm gonna get my second account up in the sky and we're gonna get to building this while I listen to a new album that just came out. You can ask what album in the comments and I'll answer. I don't know, I just feel like it'd be fun. Some engagement, you know. Ask me what album I'm listening to in the comments and I will give you the link to it. But yeah, let's get to building. Enough rambling. Okay, we've got the shells of the industrial district builds done. We are now going to add the details, and we're going to do probably what is my new favorite transition to do. So here is the before and after. All right, look, I know that was a lot of work off camera, but I'm kind of trying to speed through this because I haven't uploaded in almost a month now, and I really want to get this episode out. And also, there is a lot to explain with these builds. Not only am I doing the industrial district, but I'm doing a mini little park area, I guess you could say, and then I'm doing the entire core district, and I also just built another part of the docks. It's gonna be a big episode, but anyway, this is the industrial district. We have the water mill here with a water wheel just right here. I'm gonna be using free cam a lot to save us some time and show you all around. So that's it, what the water wheel is looking like. And then we come over here, we've got this area. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be, but I added it because that was in a lot of photos I was referencing, that type of room. And then we have the lumber mill where all the wood is kept. See? And then you got a little workstation out here, and then you got the stone mill over there with some stones ready to be cut. It's looking pretty nice as well. You got a nice little working area in here, and then you've got the finished products out here. And then here's the sawmill with pretty much, I think this is like every wood type in the game just kind of chilling around the structure. Yeah, including bamboo, so that's cool. We come to the store, which is just right next to all the stones that are getting ready to be prepared by the stone mill. We have the operator room, and then if we walk in here, you can see the process of the logs turning into stripped logs, which will eventually turn into planks. I think this is a pretty cool little system. Then of course we've got a door on this side just in case something goes wrong on this side and they need to get to it. I mean, there are stairs right here, but you know, what if this way is blocked or that way is blocked and they need a quick way to get in, you know? Anyway, we got some strip logs there ready to be shipped out. We got some planks ready to be shipped out, and that is pretty much all of the industrial district. And then we move on to the docks. This is like the poor district's docks. We've got the upper class, the middle class, and now the lower class, like I've been planning on adding but didn't, because I didn't know how far the kingdom was gonna go. I would say that this is expanded just a little bit further than I thought it would, but that's okay. We got the same boats that I built over at the lighthouse built over here, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with 2 cranes on each side that both look the same. I think these cranes I used in Fisherton or the Dwarven Village. Anyway, we have the storage room right here that I forgot to light up, so I'll probably grab some lanterns and do that. And there we go. Yeah, we got a nice storage area looking all cluttered and nice. And yeah, that's all I've got to show for right now. A lot of work has been done in just this little area. It's looking better already. And now we're going to probably move on to the foliage, and then we're gonna move on to the pathways and the houses and this whole district, which is going to be fun. Also, my mob switch appears to be broken because there are just mobs everywhere now. Fantastic. But yes, I will see you guys in the time lapse. Well, I'm a little disappointed, and by a little, I mean a lot. Okay. I've spent the past few hours recording a time lapse, but for some reason, it just stopped recording and got corrupted. This has happened to me so much that I've had people be like, oh, how do we know that you're not lying to us and you didn't just build it in creative? Let me show you something. Here's the video files of the time lapse that I just recorded, and as you can see, they are corrupted, and every time I click on them, this happens. I think I fixed the issue. Fingers crossed I did. It was just an issue with Minecraft taking up so much memory on my PC, so hopefully that's fixed. But in that time lapse, I got all the foliage and all the paths laid down. I even did all the details in that time lapse, and now the only thing left to build is the actual buildings themselves. Why? Why does my PC hate me? But yes, I'm gonna take you on a little bit of a tour. So over here we've got some twin cherry blossom trees, and I really like this. I put twin cherry blossom trees here for the lore of the kingdom, you know, those 2 characters. Here, I'll just go over and show you. These 2 characters that are represented in the lore of the kingdom, Yvonne and the woman who I forgot her name. I should really write all this down in a Google Doc. The lore of Reaperplanks survives. Anyway, so we've got a bunch of trees around here, and we've even got some new trees that we haven't built in the kingdom before. Well, we've had spruce trees, but not like this. I like these trees. They look very, very nice, and also provide a nice skyline for nice. Anyway, provide a nice skyline for when you're over at the docks and you're like, wow. You keep walking forward, you see the castle, and you're like, damn. It kind of just pushes the castle back more, so it feels further away than it actually is. And, you know, that's always a good thing, to make the kingdom feel a lot bigger than it is. And of course, we've got the lamps lighting this area up, and all these empty spaces are just spots where buildings are gonna go. I am now going to gather up the resources that I need for all the houses, and hope and pray that I've solved the issue and we are actually gonna have a time lapse. Okay, so it's been a little bit, but I've gotten all the resources that we need for this build, or most of them. I hope I got all of them. It is one gigantic shulker monster. Let me show you all. This huge shadow. This is all the materials we're gonna need. I may have gone a little bit overboard and gotten a shulker box of each individual material, because I really don't feel like gathering more resources for the next project after this one. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the time lapse and let's get building this district finally. Okay, this is taking a while, I'm not gonna lie, but it is starting to come together and it is looking fantastic. So I wanted to stop the time lapse here and kind of show you all the builds, well, the shells of the builds, because pretty much all these houses are copy and pasted around, just like in the rich district. So we've got this house variant, this house variant, this house variant, this house variant, and this house variant, and also this one. And then right over here, we have the tavern/inn for the poor district, and then over here, we've got a little bit of a town square with the school, the library, the church, and the town hall. I never noticed too. I also got a new mod where if I have the shulker boxes in my inventory, it'll take the block out of the shulker box, put it in my hand, and I'll just be able to build. This is actually going a lot faster than it originally would have been. This would have taken a lot longer if I didn't have that. That has been very helpful, and it is kind of annoying to use sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. And it also deorganized all of my shulker boxes. Do you know how long I spent organizing those for this build? Too long. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move myself to I'll go to the pirate ship, and we're gonna do what is probably my favorite transition to do. I know I could have built all the details while building the shells up, but I also want to do a time lapse where I don't have to worry about a camera angle or anything like that, and just build the rest of these houses since you've all seen the variants of them, just to make this go by a little bit quicker because I am out of time. I do not have a video up for the month. I'm kind of feeling this camera angle. Alright, so this is before and after. Oh, that took a lot of work. But it looks pretty cool. It looks like a full kingdom from this angle. Just don't look over there. Don't do it. My Minecraft did crash. I tried to get the same camera angle. I hope it worked out. Probably didn't, but hopefully I at least got close. But yeah, it's feeling pretty good now. It's feeling alive and vibrant, and I really, really like this. Could it be considered 3 districts? Because we added more onto the docks, and now we've got an industrial district, and now even a poor district. I don't know. But yeah, it's looking pretty sick. So let's just go through these builds so you can see what they're looking like and you can get a feel for them. So this is the tavern/inn. Come in pretty dark and cozy, just like all the other ones. You got yourself a campfire, you got yourself some tables, a bar. Come back here, got yourself a kitchen. And then of course you've got the upstairs with a bathroom and 2 rooms. See, and over here we're gonna start off with the school. So inside, pretty boring. Same within the classrooms, pretty boring. And they all look the same except for the upstairs ones, I'm pretty sure. And again, pretty boring. Yeah, and then we've got a back door to the area for the kids to play in. Across the street from the school, we have the library, which is very trimble, very cozy. Just a lot of books and some seating areas, and of course a checkout. I miss working at a bookstore, man. Anyway, over here we have the church, and this design was literally just yoinked straight from Fisherton, my other town in this world. That's just over that way, a very far way away that way. But it is that way. Anyway, it's very simple, nothing too special. And then over here is the town hall for the poor district. We've got the clock tower right there, and if we just walk inside, we've got decorated pots with cherry saplings, and then we've got the table where they'll do all their town hall meeting business stuff at, and then we've got upstairs to the inner workings of the clock tower, so they can fix it if need be. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the unique buildings. Inside the houses, each variant is pretty much the same except for they either have red or cyan carpet. So I'm just gonna take you through one of each of the houses of each variant so you can see what they look like and get a feel for it. I'm going to sleep. Please let me sleep. Okay, it's not gonna let me sleep. Yeah. That it's not that impressive, but I tried to make it cozy still and make it seem like very clustered in this area because a lot of people are going to be living here. Got this house variant, very cozy, very nice. Now if we come upstairs, got their living area, which is really sad. I really could have just used this as the living area, but I didn't because I'm a monster. And then we've got this house variant. Ta-da! And then up this ladder is their living area. It's not very impressive. I'm sorry I've kind of speed ran this. I really want to get this episode out, and I also really want to play with the new update stuff because I still haven't updated and played with the Happy Gas, and I kind of want to do that. I've been wanting to build all this entire district before going and playing with all that stuff. So yeah, now that we've built this entire district, we can go play with the Happy Gas all we want. This is a really cool district though. I love how clustered it is. It just feels good here, man. man. This entire kingdom feels good. We've basically got one more section over here to do, and then the main part of the kingdom itself is done. And then of course I've got to do the farming district somewhere. Oh my god. That view, man. Even in my creative world, I haven't seen the kingdom as it is from my usual episode starting point. Wow. But anyway, after we finish building the middle class district in this area over here, we still have the farming district, which is probably going to go over there on that island, quote unquote island. And we have the train station to put somewhere, and I really don't know where to put it because I don't want to put it next to the park because train stations are usually pretty loud. And I don't want to put it next to the middle class district or the rich district because, again, train stations are usually pretty loud. The best place to put it would be next to the poor district, but the problem is the train tracks themselves are over on this side. So I have no clue what to do because I've kind of been planning to put like a graveyard for the kingdom right down here. I wasn't originally planning on doing a graveyard. The idea just kind of came to me. I was talking to my girlfriend about this idea and I was like, I really want to build a willow tree. And I was like, graveyard. I could put a willow tree in the center of the graveyard. So yeah, so now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more projects until this kingdom is done. This whole kingdom is a project that never ends, and I'm okay with that. But we've had like 4 episodes of just straight building. I think you all deserve an episode of fun new update stuff. Alright, now that we're done building the poor district, we're going to update the map, and there we go. This is what it's looking like. Pretty cool. That was a lot of work. In just this one episode. What is wrong with me? Don't answer that. There's a lot. We don't need a whole list. With that being said, and you all having secret information on what my next plans for my next few episodes are, I'm gonna have to say that is the end of this episode. We're gonna go over here and view all of our wonderful work that we've done this episode. Thank you all very much for watching this video. If you did like the video, be sure to leave a like if you want to. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already want to, and Reaperplanks 101. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.